Hey everyone, Sean Smith here from PPC AMSaccelerator.com. And today we have an interview with one of the PPC AMS Accelerator students who's gotten really good results with the Amazon PPC systems in the program. His name is Johnny Den. He is an Amazon PPC consultant over at PPC Scale. It's his organization. And that's a little bit about him, but I'll let him introduce himself real quick. What's going on, Johnny?
What's going on, Sean? How you doing?
Good, man.
Yeah, so I came to China in 2015, starting Amazon business with my brother.
Yep.
And after joining your program,
Well, before we jump into the program, first off, number one,
Right.
how'd you guys find the program and find me and the program? Like, how'd you find it?
Right. So we have a principle in the business that we separate the areas of the business. And when it came to PPC, it's kind of the thing that has a great impact on a business, right?
Massive.
So we try to find a believable person. Right. So when we've done the research a couple of times, and I guess we came to the conclusion that Sean is the guy.
So what made me the guy, or what made this program the guy? Was it because I was believable? You trusted me? But it sounds like trust was the main variable in this situation. It was like, because a lot of people can say a lot of things on the internet, right? There's no censor, there's no filter to say whether or not someone is telling the truth. So you have to trust the person you're working with, right?
It's not only the results that we saw that people are getting working with you, but it's also the program is almost complete.
Yeah.
Right. It's covering the whole area of the PPC, and not just that. And in agency terms, it's like also sales and client handling and everything else. So
Yep.
yeah, I guess the program is complete, and also there are so many people that claim that they got the perfect strategy for PPC, but there was no proof of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, joining the program, having a clear strategy and things that we can test, that it really helped us.
Yep. And so you guys found me by just searching on the internet, right? Found the program, searching on the internet. And then you joined because you saw the results and you believed that I could get you those results, basically, right? You were like, hey, we see the results other people are getting, and we trust that the program will get those results, right? So it's like trust, you see the results and you trust that, it's truthful, basically. And then what type of results have you got? Like, what does the before and after look like? How was PPC structured? What type of results was it getting before? And then what type of results is it getting now?
So before joining the program, I had no intention of starting an agency at all. It was our own business, and that's it.
Yep.
And like I mentioned, we had no clue on having a clear strategy.
Yeah.
Right. So after joining the program, we had things to test that we know. Okay, what should we expect from testing these strategies?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in our own business, we had I guess the first year like 400% growth.
And do you think that would? So do you think the PPC AMS Accelerator helped with that?
Absolutely. If there's any credit, it's all going there. Absolutely.
All right. So there are a couple things that I want to point out. Number one, you had no intention of running, getting clients and working with clients until you join the program. So there's kind of two results that came out of it, right? There's kind of like you found a different revenue stream, right? And then you also was able to increase your Amazon business. So it's like, number one, the PPC AMS Accelerator gave you the systems and the confidence to start managing other people's PPC. And that allowed you to build a second revenue stream, which is a really high cash flow revenue stream, right? Because you're really selling time in the, at the high level, you're getting people results, but you're selling time. And then number two, it also helped your Amazon business as well. So, it was like, it sounds like it's kind of got like two results, like two-pronged results. So all right. Now I'm trying to like figure out the best way to structure this. All right. So let's go over doing the agency. Like what was the light bulb moment where you were like, after joining the program, where you were like, you know what, I want to do PPC consulting myself?
Well, it all started with like our own experience hiring agencies doing PPC for us, and it was
Yeah.
kind of like, um, yeah, you never get that kind of agency that runs, with really good strategies, and also um, getting you the results that you want, because like people just claim that they have the solution for this, right? So we kind of had the pain, so we know exactly how it feels for an Amazon seller um, to get lost in PPC, and it's kind of like a very wide thing. So
Yeah.
um, when we started getting results with the program, I guess it's kind of hard, to learn from the best and just not having the word to spread and everything else. So yeah, we got people starting asking us to, okay, I want to go to try. I want to work with you. I want to see what kind of results can you get me, and things got insane. So we went like, why not just put inside of the business of the agency thing. So
So
there,
it
yeah,
was kind of an accidental. So basically, you started getting results from the program with your PPC, and then you started talking to other
exactly.
people about it, and they started going, well, you already got the systems. Why don't you just handle my PPC? So you kind of fell into it by just having friends who are Amazon sellers and having contacts in the industry, right?
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
you.
that was the start of it.
I got to
Yeah,
start measuring results differently now. It's like results for the Amazon business and then people making money doing PPC consulting. It's like the return on investment's a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
it would get crazy when you think about it. Like, yeah, I was not having any intention of going to the agency side of it, but when getting results and yeah, word spread. Um, so yeah, I guess that was the start of it.
Man, and in this
And
business,
I was like in a program for like a year, and I had no idea that there's like a sales part till like the other day when we were having a chat, and then you mentioned like, did I ever see the sales part in the program? And I was like, no, and I went through that, and I was like, dude, this is crazy, and I was like, I should start doing this too,
yep.
finding sellers and talking to people, and just by doing that, yeah.
Yeah. And I think like when it comes to like the agency and consulting side, I want to build more videos around that. I don't have a ton of those in the course. I don't have any hardly in the course, but it's one of the biggest problems like that we have with our students is that, especially the students that are agency owners and consultants themselves, is, how do you sell? How do you manage clients? How do you make sure that you have healthy relationships with clients? And because, I always say PPCs, you know, the program kind of does a lot of the work and like you can get really good results, but then you've got the human aspect of consulting, right? And you've got the human
Yeah.
aspect of it, and the people aspect of it can be just as difficult, if not more difficult sometimes, than the technical aspect of it. And PPC tends to attract a certain type of person. It's a very technical person generally, and usually technical people aren't as extroverted usually. And so when they get into the agency consulting, you know you there's the human piece of it, and you're like, oh, what, how do you manage that piece? So that's a whole nother thing. One thing I want to know is like, I want to go back to the 400% growth for the business, and what PPC, specific systems did you use from the accelerator to achieve that type of growth on the advertising side? Like, I launched X amount of campaigns using this, that, or the other, and then I did this bid optimization. Give us some more details on like, what systems you use to scale it up.
So after the program, just like you mentioned, when you finish the program, you figure that PPC is the easiest part, the whole thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's even easier than doing sales and stuff. But with the 400% growth, just following the program, we started with the forecast, right? And
Or
at the beginning, we had like two SKUs, right?
yep.
Um, Yeah, and we started adding a few more SKUs till we got like 8 of them, and only these 2 SKUs we were able to get the 400% growth
So
in a year.
so when you say 400%, what was the number before and then after? So before the horn, like for the year, before and after.
Yeah, I guess we had like 35,000 sales a month. So we just reached 200.
So from
Um,
35K a month to about 200K a month
yeah, for these 2 SKUs,
for
we're
just
the
those
main
two
ones.
SKUs. Yep.
Yeah,
Folks,
yeah,
listen closely. He said he added SKUs, but note, he mentioned that the growth came from those 2 SKUs that he originally started with the program. Note that, because I don't want people to think that adding the SKUs was the reason for the growth. The reason for the growth was the advertising.
exactly. Yeah,
So basically, you went through, so we have a forecasting module that you went through, and then you did the forecasting and then launched campaigns using the methodologies from the forecasting, right?
yeah,
Yep. And then that
exactly.
probably does it pretty good, to be honest, because if you haven't done a lot of optimization, that performs really well. And, one thing like I just get like lost in the sauce on this is that like when it comes to forecasting and like the audit, like the beauty of the audit that we have is that so many people have gone through it and gotten results. So like there's like the innovation side of things, but we talked about this yesterday. The foundations are so important. And when like you have 300 students in your program and you yourself has been doing this for 6 years, through hundreds of accounts, that one process that doesn't change, it becomes more and more effective over time because of the amount of people that go through it. So basically it becomes better and better without changing it because of the data set gets larger.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. So from 35K a month to 200K a month. Absolutely amazing, man. And you've,
And the awesome thing is like
yep.
I'm like too confident that we can manage any amount of SKUs this time.
Yep.
After joining the program, yeah, you got the methods that helps to just
Yep.
manage any amount of SKUs. Exactly.
Confidence is huge, man. Confidence is absolutely massive. When people step away from the PPC, like a lot, you're not the only one who decided to end up taking on clients and working with accounts because they get the confidence, man. Like there's a certain
Yeah,
confidence that goes along with, you know, like those systems that get results and you being a part of that. And then you're in a community, right? We have the coaching every week. So like we can talk about things and we can troubleshoot things. And confidence is one of those things that like is so underrated in our industry because it's so technical that like people don't understand the mental side of this game. That's going to determine whether you win or lose, man. I know plenty of people who can sell a crappy product and are super confident and make a lot of money, right? But then there are people who have an amazing product that aren't confident in it and they're going to make no money.
exactly.
Yeah, dude.
And especially in our industry, like there are plenty of PPC courses and softwares out there.
There are more than there used to be, definitely. Dude, there's a lot these
Yeah, I
days.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm type of person who's like testing everything, and I've been through other courses, right? But the way I got results with yours is like it's just data thing, right?
It's numbers, bro. All it is
Yeah,
numbers.
it is.
There's no fancy schmancy like, oh, look at this or that. It's just
Yeah, it's
straight
like
numbers,
less
dude.
hypotheses and it's just straight to the thing, and it's pretty clear, simple, and it gets results.
Yeah, dude. That's what happens when you spend all day in a spreadsheet. That's where you need to spend it. You don't go to Amazon and look at like who's got your ad. You look at your numbers, man. That's how you get results, dude. And that's good to know that you've been through other courses and that, our systems are still like,
I still
overall.
do, Sean. To be honest, I'm telling you, like whenever there's something news out there, I just go and take a peek in there and just try the strategies and
Yep.
and yeah, I still get back to ours.
Dude, I love that, dude. I'm not gonna lie. These interviews give me confidence, man, because it makes me want to go out and help more people, man. Because we're in the business of helping people. That's what we do. We can't lose focus on like why we're here. If we focus too much on the money, I think having financial goals is great. But if it's too much on the money and less on the game, you can really lose steam. And you can, and studies show that if you focus too much on those things, it can mess with your mind in a negative way. So 400% growth, and we've got some screenshots. Which one, if we were to go over the first one, which one should we go over? Let's see. So there's the 22%, the 13, and the 34. Which one would you want to go over first?
Yeah, any of them is okay. Yeah.
Any of them's okay? All right. Which one's the
Yeah.
best? Which one do you want to talk? Which one do you get most excited about talking about?
I mean, these three screenshots, they're only about 2 SKUs each, and I guess one of them is only one. So the last one is like yeah, I'm not able to see the full name in here, so it's just the last one and that I sent. It's only one SKU.
Wow. Dang, dude, hold on. Let me see.
And I've been only working with that for like 4 months.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Let me share my screen real quick, guys. So we're gonna go over. Oh, okay. I can just let's go. Let's preview this screenshot. Oh, that's cool that you can do that. Let me go to. I'm just gonna pull one up. This one. I don't even know which one this one is, but I'm gonna do it. All right. Can you guys see that screenshot?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm only showing the screenshot, right? So really quick, let's see what the other one is. Let's go over this one. So where did you join? So guys, we want to go over some results before and after for some clients that he's working with. So let's go over this one real quick. So Johnny, where did you join and start working with the client on this one?
I started this account on May 2021.
May 2021, guys. So May 2021 is right here. So this is May 2021 is when you started working with this account, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And then, yeah, spend. Oh, wait, this one's spend, not sales. Hold on. You see that, Johnny?
Yeah, that was.
We got to switch over because this one's spend, right?
Yeah, I can just pull it.
Yeah. So let's do this one then, because if you had it on sales, we would be able to see it better. See orders. Yeah, if you can pull up the other one, this one right here, the 34.58% and click on sales and ACOS, that might be better because then it just shows you're spending more money basically. Yeah.
Well, in our strategies, it's clear, man. You spend more because you're making more because like
it's true, bro. And what's really nice is and people one thing that people should note is that you don't need here. Let me show you something, Johnny. Look at this. We don't need to click on sales to know that sales went up. Do you know why? Because look here, ACOS is flat and actually went down.
Exactly.
So if ACOS is flat and spend goes up, what does that mean, guys? Anybody who has done PPC for any period, it means that sales went up, right? Because it stayed efficient. But Johnny's gonna send over another screenshot for that one too, so we can see it. All right, I'm going to stop share real quick, and then we'll do the other one. Orders.
Yeah, I just sent you that one.
You send it to me? All right, cool. Let me do this one. Perfect. Here we go. So this one is, call it 3 and then 2 and then 1. All right, cool. Let me do. All right, so here we go. Perfect. Let's do this. All right, let's do 3 Make it a little bigger. All right, let me share screen. I'm going to share screen again, guys. And then let's do preview 3. Perfect. All right, perfect. Here it is. So this is when you started. Hold on. So you started on May 1st, 2021, right? Or May 2021, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For this one. All right, cool. And then you guys can see ACOS actually trails down. So if you guys look at the before, which is over here, to the left on the graph, and then you look to the right, you know, it's a little jumpier over here and it's a little higher, but here it kind of stabilizes and is a little lower. And then we can see sales skyrocket like crazy, man. I mean, you can just see it go up. So what did you do from the PPC AMS accelerator to get these sales to go up so much?
I have to tell you, these drops, like this is the biggest problem we have with this account was like they just ran out of stock because the sales went really higher than what we expected.
Wow.
And it's even better than our forecast. Like if we forecasted that we're having like 20K in sales,
Yep.
it was like almost double.
That's
so
awesome.
we were just like, yeah.
So basically, like what happened was with this account, you the forecast that we used, you actually got better results than the forecast that you used from us. And
Definitely.
what happened was they started running out of stock, which is awesome. It's good because you're increasing their sales velocity, but bad because they're like, hey man, like we need to figure out what's going on. But that's amazing, dude. So this client is probably, were they pretty happy when they saw this increase?
Definitely, man.
That's awesome, man. So you did the forecasting, and then so after the forecasting, did you just launch a bunch of campaigns, and that's what caused it to go up?
Yeah, I mean, I started with this account, and they had probably a total of 10 campaigns or something.
Yep.
So, but by the first month, we had like 30 campaigns.
Yep.
And the numbers started growing. I guess we have about 500 campaigns, just like the way that program does it.
Yeah.
So,
Scales out like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's really good. And then it just and dude, what's crazy is that like this growth is all probably pretty much 90% sponsored products. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Sponsored products is king, man. Even in 2022, even though we've got a lot of different ad types.
I mean, in 2021, we did try a lot of sponsored brand, but I believe this year we're not doing any sponsored brand with this account at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like people don't realize, like, you can do sponsored brands if you want, but you don't just like, here's the thing, guys. I want you to listen to this. Like, this might be completely opposite to what everybody is saying or how everybody put. Just because an ad type is there doesn't mean you have to use it. Now, I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't use it. What I'm saying is that you should make a decision based on your organization's goals, what ad types you should run. Because, for example, we're in a recession, right? And well, I don't know if we're in one yet, but like we're seeing in the US, we're seeing, across the economy. So this might be the time not to be testing everything, but to be dialing things back a little bit. So, every decision you make for advertising is contextual to the environment, right? It's not a hard and fast rule. It's contextual, guys. So context is absolutely massive when you make decisions. So that's something to think about there. And then I'm going to pull up another one. Let me pull up another one real quick because we got a couple. Let me go here. So we did two. Let's do number one. See what this looks like. All right.
I also can't stress enough on sponsored product only when it comes to advertising right now, because like there are some accounts that I do manage, and they do want to run sponsor brands, but it's a decision that made by the business owner. We're like, all right, we decide to lose some money on sponsor brand, because we only want the brand awareness and stuff, but when it comes to profitability and the better ad type that runs well at the moment, I believe, yes, only sponsored product.
Yeah. Now with this one, when did you start working with these guys?
I launched this account from scratch.
Oh, wow. So this one's from
Yeah,
scratch. So
yeah.
wait, did you find an account that was just, there was no ads, like a client that had no ads basically? Wow.
Actually, it was a new account for them. Like we do have another account, so I started working with this account from the scratch. And so only two
Dang,
SKUs.
dude, this is amazing, dude. These are really good
Yeah,
results. Yep. And then these are with the systems that we use basically for the most part. I'm sure you've modified them to your bidding because everybody in my program usually modifies things. Because I always say the point of the program isn't to teach you to like do like, it's good to have what I have as foundations. But if anyone who goes through the program, the one thing that they learn is that they become really smart at PPC because I teach them the
yeah,
logic behind everything. I don't just say do this, and not teach you why. Because then when you learn the why, you start to be able to like think critically, and then you can like really innovate on your own. And that was always the goal. The goal always was for everyone to be ahead of me, right? My goal of the program is that everyone is 10 times that better than me. Because if they're better than me, then I'm going to get better because I'm around them. You know what I mean? Cool. All right. I think trying to think here. And then for this one, so you launched it from scratch. So when you did this one, how did you use our systems for the PPC MS accelerator systems? Was it mainly the bid optimizations, keyword research? Because you didn't have any forecasting data for this one, right?
yeah. And I had also no clear method on launching new products. So I came to you in the Q&A the other day, and I asked you about it, and we made it clear, like what do I expect for the starting bids? How long should I keep running these campaigns at first?
Yep.
What tacos should I have, and the percentage of it, and
Yep.
yeah, and plan everything, and yeah,
I
it
remember that.
went
We
just
spent like an
exactly as
hour
planned, and it
talking
was
about that. We spent like an hour talking about.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny's talking about the coaching calls that we have where, if people have questions, man, like I'm there, we have other people there as well to answer. But yeah, we just troubleshoot, man, because there are situations that come up and you just never know what happens. So cool, man. Anything else for the people that are watching?
Um, yeah, one thing is, like, I should mention that as a person who's doing PPC for my own business as well as other clients, um, it's kind of the way of doing it right now. It would be absolutely different if I'm doing it for my own account to other clients. I'm sure you know what I mean, because like the time I would spend doing it to my own account would be like huge. Um, I'm going to try to do the best for my own. But the thing is, going through the program, I'm putting the same amount of time and the efforts, and I've got the methods, and I have a clue on where should I go next with my own account and with clients.
Yep. Yep. You're becoming
Yeah,
efficient, right? You're like,
exactly.
it's like you could sit there and spend all day on it and just like, click all the buttons. Because there are people like, listen, there are people that go in there daily and change stuff and then they don't get the results they want. And it's because you have to understand how the data works, right? You don't change, you might not need to change bids daily. You might need larger data sets. You need to know methodologies. You know, Sometimes the best action is no action. You know what I mean? There are situations
Exactly.
where not doing
Hmm.
anything is a good thing. letting things play out and then hopping in, when you need to is good. You really want to give a light touch. You want to let it do its thing and then, give it a light touch and change it a little bit. Um, that's
Yeah.
good to know, man. So it's like you before you were just like putting all this effort in, and the system really cut down the amount of time you actually needed. And then you realize you were probably wasting some time as well.
Yeah, and I've never thought like I would be like a business owner with the idea of having hands off PPC thing, and right now I'm doing it. I'm doing it
Yeah.
for my business, for other people's businesses, and thanks to you, man.
Getting results, Johnny. Getting results, baby. It's my pleasure, man. It's good to see good to see yeah, man. It's awesome. I did want to ask additional question. Um clients, what's your average monthly retainer for each client that you charge? The only reason I ask is because, and this is a little outside, because when it comes to results from my program, there's the PPC results, but we also actually help people with negotiating with clients and pricing structures. I think we've talked about it before, where you've asked me, hey, Sean, how much should I charge? What's a fair pricing structure? Because you don't want to get in a situation where you're undervalued. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I ask.
I mean, when you do have a clear strategy that you use for clients, it's important to know that people also value the amount of work that you're putting and the results that you're getting them, right?
Yep. Yep.
So it's not a matter of time anymore. It's a matter of like what value you're adding to people's business, right?
Yep. Yep.
So the way you taught us thing is like in this industry, I believe 1,500 is a fair amount as a start for a flat fee, and the amount of growth that you're able to put on the account would also, add up to the amount that you're asking for.
So do you do 1,500 plus a percentage?
Yeah.
Cool. So hybrid model.
Yes.
Cool, man. That's awesome. And the only reason I asked Johnny is because I don't know if anybody is watching this who is undervalued in the market, but pricing strategies are important. When you sell on Amazon, you have a pricing strategy, right? So when you do consulting, you need a pricing strategy. And so, there might be somebody watching this. That's how I was. When I started in this industry, I was charging so little money that dude, I was losing my hair and I was overworked and underpaid. So, that's why I ask about this stuff, because I want people out there who are in that situation to see something like this and say to themselves, I wonder if I could, make a better living from this than I am now, because it doesn't benefit the client and it doesn't benefit you if you're undervalued. And for me, when I was growing up and when I see things, though, that exposure itself actually makes a difference. You know what I mean? So the exposure itself actually makes a difference, especially if you know the person. And that's why I want to ask about that, because with the program, it really, when I started the program, it was just PPC, right? It was just like, when we started the program, just the PPC and the AMS and all the, and the headline search and all that stuff. It was just that, right? And then it just started turning into something a little different, in the sense that we would get agencies and consultants in, and they'd be like, hey, Sean, how do I find clients and how do I negotiate contracts? So it's turn into multi-pronged approach,
Yeah, and I believe the problem with what amount that people should charge, and it depends on how confident they are on getting results, right? So the thing is with this program, and the awesome thing about it is you're sure that you're getting results.
Yep.
And you also learn how to forecast the account to actually decide if you want to work with this person or not, or if this method is going to work. Then yeah, I'm confident about it. I've tried it before. I know that this is definitely going to add value to this account. And if not, then definitely I'm not going to start working with these people, because I do not want to risk not giving people value, because like you said, this is important for their business and their families.
Yep. And yeah, dude, you hit the nail on the head. All right, Johnny. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on and
Thanks for having me, man.
Letting the people know. So if anybody wants to reach out to you, where can they reach out to you? I know
it's ppcscale.com.
ppcscale.com. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you got value from it. I forgot to say this in the beginning, but hit the like button. I wish I would have said it in the beginning, because my likes go up so drastically when I say it at the beginning, but that's okay. But hit the like button if you made it this far.